Hi, welcome to another edition of Daily Brew, your morning pick-me-up. I'm Art Proyce, pastor of the Naples Seventh Adventist Church. Thank you for joining us this morning. You know, sometimes I get asked various different questions from all sorts of walks of life and all sorts of interesting topics. But one of them gets asked pretty often is, Pastor Art, I've had a terrible week. And sometimes it's hard to get out of bed. What do I do? Or how do I cope with this? Or is there anything that God has in the Bible to help me? Or how do I tackle this issue? I'm sorry you're going through this, first and foremost. And I want you to know that it is never, and it was never, God's plan for you to feel depressed, anxious, saddened, because of things that have happened that could be both in and out of your control. Sin has a tendency to do that for us, to get us out of balance. So we're not true to what we should be doing, which is having complete faith in God. But even having complete faith in God does not take away the troubles that we encounter. The Bible tells us that be still and know that I am God. Psalm 34, verse 7. To be still means to have an understanding. It's not that you're going to stop everything in essence, but it's to understand your place in the perspective of who God is and who you are. God has complete control of this world. Well, Pastor, why couldn't He have protected me during all of this? Well, that's because of sin. God can protect you, but He's not going to force somebody to do something against His will or her will. You may have been the victim of sin from an outside source. Nothing that you could have done would have prevented that from happening. Well, let's flip the script then. What if you could have prevented some of these things that have happened to you? If you could have prevented them, could it be that some of the choices that you made, you are now reaping the consequences of them? And I'm not saying this is your fault. All I'm saying is there's two sides to every story. There's the side that, yes, you are the victim. And there's a side that, yes, you are the culprit. But I don't want to focus on either one of those at this very moment. I want you to focus on the idea that you feel weak and that you feel tired. You feel potentially oppressed, depressed. There's one of my favorite verses in the Bible is found in Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. It says, be not dismayed. In other translations, it says, fear not. Because I am your God, I will strengthen you. Perhaps what you're looking for or what you could use is a shot in the arm. As a matter of fact, do you know that the word bless literally means to boost somebody up by the arms? To have a shot in the arm to boost you up. God wants to bless you. But we can only understand God's blessings when we understand who He is. When we are still, we understand our place. And allow Him to work in us and through us. He will strengthen. The Bible promises that He will strengthen us. That He will give us that ability to move forward. It takes courage to get out of the funk that we find ourselves in. And we like to dwell in that sometimes, to the point where, poor me, look at me. Look at what I'm going through. God sees it. He knows. He hears. He's been there. But he also wants you to take the assurance that he has not forgotten you. He has not left you by yourself. There are people in this world who love you and want to see you thrive. Trust God. Allow him to work in you. Allow his goodness, his love to fill your heart and give you the strength to get out of bed. May God bless you. And I'll be praying for you.